Xin lỗi nghe tiểu nhị. Không sao đâu. Công tử anh đi hối hả vậy, có phải định đến miếu Quan Âm giành ghế đầu không? Giành ghế đầu cái gì? Ủa, không biết hả? Sáng sớm mai công chúa sẽ đến miếu Quan Âm cầu nguyện. Không biết bao nhiêu người vì muốn thấy dung mạo của công chúa, nửa đêm đã xách ghế đi giành hàng đầu đó. Thôi không nói danh nữa đâu, bắt ông thất vọng chút, không thấy gì hết.
Vị Thúy Long.
Is that a launch pad for something big for Manchester United in the closing weeks of the season? They certainly hope so.
Mẹ,
This
sao sớm vậy?
competition, a top four
Phải. Sao con cũng sớm vậy?
the FA Cup
Còn
remaining
dậy sớm thấy hơi đói bụng, định đi kiếm chút gì lót dạ.
even in this difficult year.
Vậy thì hay quá.
I think the
Mẹ
big
cũng đói
question
bụng.
is,
Còn có chút điểm
are they
tâm
good
nữa.
enough, Robbie?
Vô phòng ăn chung đi.
Well, time will tell.
Cũng được.
You know, this competition, as Jake alluded to, the one in 2017 got that Champions League qualification. You know, I'm surprised Ollie's made 6 changes. You know, I thought he might continue that momentum with a very similar team to what
ngồi
it
đi.
Chelsea, but looking forward to a good game in good conditions, Ian.
They say the rain is to stop.
Con uống trà nha.
Bruges, by the way,
Chắc chắn là
9
trọng trà
points
có vấn đề.
clear.
Thôi,
The Belgian
mình phải ra tay trước.
league. It won't be
Mẹ
a
à,
formality.
mẹ uống trà đi.
They were given an
Được rồi, để mẹ
impossible
rót.
job in the Champions League group alongside Real
Con
Madrid
dễ
and
quá.
Paris Saint-Germain.
À.
But they did pit Galatasaray for third place, and that's why they get a crack at this competition, and not for the first time either. Bruges fans decked out in their result for United here, do you think, Robbie?
Not to get a beat, obviously, but I think the way they played against Chelsea, you know, they'll fancy their chances coming here, getting a positive result, a win, taking them back to Old Trafford. I've got to say, Martial, you know, he performed well the other night. That aggression to get across the near post and score that header. Also thought Luke Shaw in that back three performed well, made some good runs forward. And also it was a real positive result for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Chelsea, and they've got a good record against the top 6 this season, haven't they, Ian?
Bruges might fancy their chances a bit more in this competition than the, mission impossible they were given, really, in the Champions League. There's their coach, Philippe Clement, won the title in Belgium last year with Genk before coming back to Bruges, where he was a player for many years. Matt are under a little bit of pressure.
Poor ball there from Williams. Lingard done ever so well to put pressure on the defender. And, you know, it was a poor pass. You know, Williams is a right-footed player on the left-hand side. He's got to do better with that ball.
Good passing from Bruges, including from Mignolet at the back. And that's played in behind Odilon Kasunu, the Ivorian, who's playing wide on the right here. The youngster brought in on the left, Maxime de Kuyper. That is a surprise selection. Sobol, who usually plays there, we think has got a knock. He's not involved even on the bench. So that is a bit of a punt, really, for Bruges, isn't it?
You know, listen to the lads talking about Pereira before the game. You know, he's 24 now. You know, he's played lots of games this season. I just want to see him take a game by the scruff of the neck. It's a great opportunity for him tonight.
Painful for Brandon Williams. He's out of the game at the moment. Dennis here. Back for Narken. Manchester United in real trouble and get away with it in the end. But that all started with Brandon Williams taken out of the game with a painful challenge, and he's still feeling it.
Luke Shaw switching off there. He's got to switch on. He can see Williams is hurt. I've got to say, Lindelof, brave defending. Dennis does well there. Just watch this header from Lindelof there. Puts his head where it hurts. Matic covering, but Luke Shaw switching off.
It looks like Dennis is down there behind the goal. Injured, yeah. This is the fellow who scored twice and shocked Real Madrid to the core at the Bernabeu this season. Bruges went 2-0 up that night. He got them both. And he nearly conjured up something there for Brugge very early on. Nasty scare for Manchester United. A little reminder, maybe a timely one, that they can't take it easy. Well, I think everybody must have been at the bar, the Bruges fans, because they've all suddenly come in this stadium and it's now just about full. Glad to hear it. We'd heard it was just about a sellout, this game. Manchester United fans stuck in the corner where it looks the wettest, frankly. Looks a bit open over there. Lots of them here, even yesterday, and taking in the many sights in this charming and historic medieval town. Famous for its beer and chocolate. Here's Martial. You've got some chocolate to take home, I hope, Robbie, from one of the 100 shops in this place.
Another opportunity as well for Lingard tonight, Ian. We've seen him score that goal, captain Manchester United out in the starter. He was 27 now. He scored some big goals for Manchester United, you know, FA Cup final. He needs to start producing on a consistent basis if he's to have a run in this side.
He's been out of the starting lineup in the Premier League since New Year's Day, Jesse Lingard. Difficult time for him. Here's Dennis again. Kasunu makes room for a cross. It's a confident start, this, by Brugge. Here's Martial. Scored a great header, didn't he, at Stamford Bridge, one of his going days, that glancing header. Here's De Kuyper, the youngster who's come into the side tonight. Now there's a home-produced product, but seems to be the way everywhere. Gets a big round of applause every time he touches the ball.
Matic for Manchester United, I think, has been good in recent weeks, Ian. You know, we just seen early on those two defensive-minded positions where he's got himself in good positions. That one just then when he was at that near post and a good pass out. I think he's done exceptionally well in recent weeks for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Matic.
Do with a few more goals from midfield, particularly with the news that Marcus Rashford is, well, touch and go, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's words, to even play again this season. The fracture in his back is more severe than originally thought, that says the scan, and of course big question about whether he makes it for England at the Euros. Flag stays down here. I don't know if he doesn't once Dennis touched it. Yeah, that is awful news, really, isn't it, for not only Manchester United but Gareth Southgate too, about Rashford.
Yeah, it's a huge blow for Manchester United as well as England, you know. He's got 19 goals this season. Look at Mason Greenwood as well, who's not in the squad, and that's 10 goals out of this Manchester United side.
Is Shaw really on song, wasn't he, at Stamford Bridge on Monday, playing on the left of the three at the back. Juan Mata. Matic picks a nice ball. And Shaw almost feels like an elder statesman these days at Manchester United. Brandon Williams to play it inside is Jesse Lingard. Now Pereira, who's got many friends watching him tonight from his childhood. Grew up here, his dad played in the Belgium League. Not for Bruges, though.
Where United have struggled this season when teams sit deep and they've got to break them down. Who's going to be the one that gets on the ball in the half turn in between the lines to create the opportunity? You know what, they like to play counter-attacking football, but you can see Bruges sitting deep. That's when United find it difficult.
Of course, they brought in Bruno Fernandes, who might help in that department when he settles at United. We've seen his prowess already from dead ball situations on the bench tonight. Manchester United heavily linked, aren't they, with Jadon Sancho, but they're not the only club who'll be chasing him. Cost a pretty packet too. Shaw again. just a bit of a misunderstanding between him and Brandon Williams.
You can see when Shaw goes forward, Matis just sits in, you know, and plays that left side of centre half. So they're working that well. You know, as you said, Ian, Shaw done that very well at Stamford Bridge, didn't he, on Monday night? Driving runs forward, but he knew he had the security of Matis just dropping into that centre half.
No way through for Casuno. Manchester United have kept 4 clean sheets in a row and 6 in their last 8 matches. They have tightened up. Last season they had their worst defensive record in the top flight since the late 1970s. So I think the Maguire signing and the Wan-Bissaka signing have definitely had an effect. They could do with getting a few more at the other end, though. They've gone 3 without a goal before the Chelsea game on Monday night, in the league anyway. Here's Maguire wearing the captain's armband, of course, these days, now that Ashley Young is performing for Inter. Van Aken, one of those rested, does have 16 goals from midfield this season. That's pretty impressive. There he is, Louis van Gaal, who was in charge of Manchester United the last time they came here 4.5 years ago in a Champions League playoff game, which they won by 4-0 to make sure they went into the Champions League group stage. Wayne Rooney got a hat-trick that night. And Herrera, now with Paris Saint-Germain, got the other. I think they were using that right back last weekend, Paris Saint-Germain, when they changed the team a bit. Praise be, it stopped raining. Dali with the header down, and then back by Balanta. Eder Balanta again. Pretty confident knocking it around at the back, aren't they, Bruges?
Yeah, both teams are, you know.
Having said that, Mata makes a mess of it and Lingard nearly pickpocketed the ball. Always happens, doesn't it? Every time. Kasunu down to Ritz, midfield player who scored twice at the weekend, including a very, very late winner, as Bruges kept up their good run. They're way clear in Belgium, but that won't necessarily give them the championship, because here they take the top teams and go into a playoff situation. Half the points are carried over from the regular season. It's all a bit complicated, and I don't think it's ever quite going to catch on in England, but seems to work here all right.
You just want to see Mata now get involved in the game for Manchester United. Can he get him on the ball in that number 10 position? Just see there, Manchester United went long, looking for that space in behind, but as soon as they get the ball and pull their foot back, the Bruges defenders drop so that Martial's got no space to run into. They're going to have to be a bit clever. They're going to have to get somebody on that ball to short passes, 1-2s in the final third.
Philippe Clement, the Bruges head coach, says it'll take a miracle for us to knock out Manchester United. I think it was all part of the old psychology, isn't it, that managers try in these eve of match press conferences. It's all to be taken with a bit of a pinch of salt. Here's Dalot getting involved down the right-hand side, getting the vote ahead of Wan-Bissaka, who's among those rested tonight. It's good to hear that Scott McTominay's back training with the first team for Manchester United. Good effort there from Pereira. That would have been a very nice place for him to come up with a goal. He's only got one this season so far, and once more.
Tell you what, it's a very good, that's a great position. First touch forward, gets the shot off, and tell you what, that's sneaking in the far corner. Mignolet down with a good, strong left hand. Good play. Well, they're the positions you need Mata, Pereira to get into.
United's corner. Over the head of everybody. Comes out to Luke Shaw. Now Matic. Matic thought that was a corner. Now then, Dennis breaking in between the defenders. He might have scored here with his little lob. He has, you know. Manchester United caught out, and what a cute finish that is from Dennis. The man who scored twice at Real Madrid has now got one against Manchester United.
The big question is, was it a rolling ball from the goal kick? I think this will be checked with VAR. I think it's a rolling ball from Mignolet. So, listen, it's a great finish from Dennis. Was it a corner for Manchester United in the first place? Then when Mignolet put the ball down, I think the ball wasn't stationary. Yes, it's a long ball. Poor from United defensively. We're going to see. Looks like it stopped. We've got to say it's a wonderful finish. Romero in no man's land.
Sharp finish, isn't it? Cute, clever, got in between the defenders and then had to think quickly and did that. But Manchester United are saying that ball was rolling. VAR are going to check it. It would be really the most spurious of reasons to rule out a goal. And it hasn't been ruled out.
You've got to say the United players didn't respond. They thought it was a corner.
Yeah.
One ball over the top when you're playing a back three, it's not good enough.
Well, that's said everything. Like Tao trying to find his way through. The little South African striker has been brought in tonight. Well, Brugge have already managed to do what Chelsea couldn't. Not legally anyway, on Monday night.
Got to say, from a defensive point of view, yeah, you can argue whether it was a corner. We've not seen the replay, so we don't know. But they've switched off. Romero, miles out of his goal. The back three all over the place. Nobody taking control, no leadership. One ball. Yes, it's a great finish, Ian, isn't it?
It's a clever finish, isn't it? Had to improvise, and he did successfully. United make a bit of a present of the ball. Ritz ups it forward. Nice turn by Tao. Here's Dennis again. He's got Gazunu, the right back, waiting in the middle. Van Aken. Manchester United at stretch. They've not got it away here either. Manchester United's defence has had a bit of a mad couple of minutes. Got a game here, I think. Well, our team back at base have been going through the tapes in the lead up to that goal, and they say it should have been a Manchester United corner. It looked like that. Matic didn't really protest that much about it. It looked like a corner, not given as such. It's academic now. Tao. Lovely play from him. And there's a wonderful chance here, which Ritz fires well wide.
Game on, United got to hold on at the minute. They can't go 2-0 down. You can see Ole Gunnar Solskjaer looking on. Good play once again. Bruges in the final third. When they've got in there, they've been creative. Great play there. And just think Ritz, Ian, got to put his foot through. He's gone for placement.
It's a poor effort, really, with a very good chance. Just hurried it. Now they've got a corner to defend, Manchester United. Wide ball in towards Dennis. Again, it was over his head. faster and much more focused start by Brugge. Good news for Celtic fans. One up in Copenhagen already. Edouard with his 24th of the season with the Scottish champions. Well, that's turned the decibel level right up here, that goal. Is Jesse Lingard. Lindelof, who was ill for the Chelsea match. Okay, now. Here's another break. Tau picks another good ball. Dennis against the whole Manchester United defence. But United, 1 or 2, look like they're still at Stamford Bridge.
Considering you're playing 3 at the back. You know, Dennis there, 2 against 1. Lindelof and Maguire. Maguire defended well. Living dangerously back there.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is worried that United have a run of 7 games in 21 days at the moment. Not too happy they had to play Monday and Thursday, but it's life, got to get on with it. Harry Maguire. Manchester United did go behind in the 2-legged game they had with Bruges 4 seasons ago in the first leg. A Michael Carrick own goal, but in the end they won it 7-1 on aggregate. Lot of time for Manchester United to repair the damage. Well, they haven't been on song here so far, and I think they've been taken a little by surprise by Bruges' attacking ideas and quality.
Well, the goal from a defensive point of view, I'm sure Owen and Robin will analyse at half-time. Yes, they can argue it was a corner, but you've got to be switched on. You know, you might think the ball's rolling, proving it wasn't. Just there again. Romero was way out of his goal from the goal kick from Mignolet. Just defensively, they were all over the place.
There's a bit of pace as well to exploit the space. If United, that back 3 gets a bit high. Dennis has already exploited it once. Is Matic. Matic again looking to pick up the run of Lingard, who'd got him behind. Evans. Brandon Williams. Anthony Martial, who might be very busy. They need him on form in the closing couple of months of the season with the Rashford injury. And of course, they'll hope that the signing of Odion Ighalo will be a success for them. They're still trying to get him up to speed, though, really. He's doing extra training, I'm told, for United at the moment.
See, that's where United have struggled most of the season. That final third, that creativity. That's why they've brought in Bruno Fernandes, you saying. Bruges are playing like the away side on the counter-attack, the pace of Dennis. You know, that's suiting them. Soak up the pressure, pacing behind.
Don't forget the big fight, Saturday midnight on BT Sport Ultimate. Deontay Wilder against Tyson Fury. The rematch after the controversial draw last time. Head-to-head again, only on BT Sport Box Office. Midnight on Saturday for that big fight. Herrera lays it wide. Dalot. Matic. Manchester United looking for some invention. Just pulled back a little by Tau there, wasn't he? Sure, not enough for the referee to pick up a yellow card, and he wants the ball taken back to the exact blade of grass here, the referee. Williams. Good flick, Lingard, Matic, Martial. Too many blue and black shirts there, crowding out the space, all a bit narrow.
You can see they've done their homework, Bruges, on Manchester United. Look how many numbers were there, defending that edge of the area. Yeah, it was a foul from Lingard.
Deleuze's long ball, aimed to, again for Dennis, breaking in behind.
We've seen that area where the free kick was, they took it short. You know, Bruno Fernandes, his set-piece delivery at Stamford Bridge was fantastic. We've seen it from Maguire's goal. Will surely have a part to play tonight if it's still 1-0.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it stays like this, it might be sooner rather than later for Bruno Fernandes. De Kuyper did well. Here he is again, the teenager. Lovely ball. Tau just made a mess of it. First touch. Took the ball in the wrong direction as far as he was concerned.
That's twice that Dallow's lost out in a challenge to De Kuyper, making his debut, as you say.
Percy Tau up there is on loan from Brighton, where he's not appeared because of work permit problems. They loaned him out to the Belgium second division. Last season he was the player of the year at his club there, and now he's performing here for Bruges, the leaders of the Belgian Jupiler Pro League. Brandon Williams, Lingard, now then Dalot. Deflected behind for a corner. This time United will get the corner. They didn't, of course, and that controversial one with Matic earlier on.